it's lucky. I'll just beat it now. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't get the coin, but I knew, like, most of the path to get the coin. Like, how you had to skip the orb so you stick in reverse gravity. Okay, so here's my scoring for Ambiance by Woom. So, for the creativity, I gave it an 8 out of 10 because it was very good for the most part, because I noticed how, like, most of the parts had, like, slightly different block design when comparing them, but the block design wasn't always interesting, and there wasn't always very great background design. As far as the difficulty now, it's also an 8 out of 10 because, there's some parts that have slightly more difficult timings than the rest of the levels, such as, like, the first coin where you have to skip the orb, and some of the timings on the drop are kind of awkward, but other than that, it was good. And for the gameplay, I gave it 18 out of 20 because it was, like, slightly beginning in the boring parts. It was slightly boring in the beginning parts, so that the drop and later all the gameplay, it was pretty good, and there was, like, a variety of game modes and movements that you had to make with each mode, and there were also no, like, awkward transitions, like, an awkward transition examples, like, where you're going into a ship and you're not sure, like, where the ship's gonna be positioned, or, like, the angle that it's gonna be pointing. Like, for example, like, the memory ship at, like, 80% deadlock. That's a pretty good example. So yeah, 34 of 40 is the total score, so it was a pretty good level overall. Okay, so that's the second level in this video. Okay, so here's the scoring for Scintillation by Lieb More. So, okay. So I gave the creativity a 7 out of 10 because I felt that the points are mainly because I felt that the first part of the level had, like, pretty generic 2-in-1 decoration, and that, like, Parallax's part, which is, like, the part 54, was imitating, like, Manix and Laserlets. But other than that, like, the creativity was pretty good. Like, at the drop, like, the first section of the ship, like, the corridor varied in size and had interesting decoration in it. And also, Moosh's UFO part, which is the last UFO, had, like, some pretty cool, like, gear and spikes. It had, like, ones that aren't, like, very generic. I thought that was cool. Also, the coin route where you had to follow the key was pretty cool. Gave the difficulty balance 9 out of 10 because even though, like, each part was very different, I felt they were similar in difficulty except for, like, the first human ball, which were just a bit easier. So the gameplay, 17 out of 20. So I thought it was very good for the most part because, like, I liked how the transitions in, like, in that ship at the drop, and, like, going into the last UFO part, it bounces, like, the vehicle up for you to give you a boost, or to make the transition less awkward. And I thought, like, the only parts where, like, the gameplay is lacking is the first human ball because the timings are kind of repetitive, but other than that, like, in the rest of the level, I thought it had some pretty fun gameplay. out. Okay, now we're on to scoring Ravider, which is like WerewolfGD and like 50 other creators. It's a giant mega collab. Okay, so I gave the creativity a perfect score because this level's just so creative. I don't think I've like ever seen a spider theme mega collab before, and I also like the party theme, like how each part is very bright colors. As far as the difficulty balance, I gave it a 9 out of 10. Because, well, there is, like, the beginning, especially the build-up to the drop, like, 20 to 32%, I think that's harder than the rest of the level. But, like, I think the difficulty balance is pretty good, like, considering that it's a huge mega collab, like, that there's so many different parts, it's still very good for a mega collab. And the gameplay is 17 out of 20 because just, the fact that playing the spider throughout the entire level, or just like playing the same game mode, just gets boring. Well, it would have been better if it had like, it was just like spider themed, like the level Arneo by Darwin, if you know that. But it was still like there was lots of different spider gameplay. Like there were so many different like movements of the spider that I could never have imagined them all. So yeah, the gameplay was still pretty good. And yeah, so 36 out of 40 overall score. This level was the best of the 3, and it was a great level, even though I got frustrated because of how hard, because I'm just not used to playing much spider gameplay, so I don't play 2.1 levels that much. But the spider gameplay was still very good. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. And tell me if you thought like my analysis of the levels was too detailed, like my scoring, because I feel like it kind of went on too long. So just let me know in the comments what you thought of this first video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope to make this every month, if not probably every couple of months. See you around the corner. Bye.